Fine then. Let us get started. So now we have an Active Directory with some users, and now I want to bring that users to Azure. Right. Okay. Okay. Right. So now if you go to Azure Active Directory, if you see over here, okay, it says that, okay, you are currently using Azure AD free, you are a global administrator, and your status AD connect is connected, because this I have tried it in the last class. Okay, right. Fine then. But are you looking the options over here? I have Azure AD Connect Cloud Provisioning, and then I have something called as Federation. I have something called as Seamless Single Sign-On, and I have something called as Pass-Through Authentication. Okay, so these are on-premises applications. We will not get into that. Okay, but the whole point is basically this is what it is. Right now, what we will do is, okay, in this AD Connect, I want to bring in more users. But the problem is, okay, for you can try with your Active Directory. I will not be trying with my default Active Directory. I will be trying with my other Active Directory. Okay. So are you using Azure Active Directory? Okay. Azure Active. Okay. And are you using create a directory? I can go and create one more directory, but I have too many directories. So I'll be taking some other directory. For you, there is no need for you to do this activity. Okay. So I have something called as let me see, directfarmer.co.in. And in this, if I select Azure Active Directory, let us see what are the options which we have. I want to take a domain in which Azure Active Directory AD Connect has not happened yet. Okay, that's what I'm trying to check. This also connect has happened. Let me do one thing, man. Let me switch myself to the default directory. Let me go ahead and create a new directory. You need not do this activity if you have not done Azure AD Connect once, right? Even if you have done, you can do that stuff, but you will not be seeing something which is what you call, you will not be seeing those options very clearly. That's the reason why I'm trying to take a different Active Directory. Okay. మీకు ఇది చేయాల్సిన అవసరం లేదు. Okay, right. So what is the directory which you want to do? Do you want to take Azure AD? There is something called as Azure AD B2C, business to customers, but we have not discussed about it. So next, what is your organizational name? My organizational name is Quality Thought. Okay, what is your domain? Qualitythought So in which region do you want to create? Let me put it in United States itself, because I'll be using Central US all the time. So let me stick to that. Next is trying to tell, okay, are these your Active Directory settings? Yes, these are. And I'll click on create. Okay, for you, you need not do this activity because your Active Directory is new. You have never connected AD Connect till now. That's the reason you don't need to. Okay. Right. So, fine. What are the options which we have? One is Azure AD Connect. The other one was, okay, federated sign in and single sign on. And the third one was pass through authentication. We'll basically look into all the approaches, but we'll be using Azure AD Connect. Azure AD Connect, what it does is, you have to install this on any domain controller. In your organizations, you might have many domain controllers, right? Go and install this AD Connect on any domain controller, and from there, export the users into Azure. This falls under the actual migration kind of stuff. Federated sign-in. Yesterday itself, we have discussed whenever you come across a word called as federation, that means that we are using services from one place and our identity is at a different place. So now what you are trying to do is, for whatever you are trying to log in, Azure might not have an entries of it. Your domain controller in your office might have an entry of this. So for that, what we need to do is, we need to create a trust relationship between them. This is exactly what we have spoken yesterday, right? And then single sign-on. Single sign-on is, let us assume that your company is already having an Active Directory. And with that, there are many applications that are logging in with the same Active Directory. And now you want to do the same thing for Azure also. From there, you can do single sign-on settings. Pass-through authentication is, you would use some kind of authentication software where you will enter your credentials and they get validated, and it will allow you to enter into Azure. These are the 4 possible ways. Most popular of them are top 2. Most popular of them are top 2. So you should know what a federated is, and you should know what a connect is. Clear on this? Right. Okay. Let us see what is happening. Okay. Directory is created, and then it is trying to tell that click here to go to the. This directory might not have too much of what you call activities to be done, because this directory is not connected to any subscription. Okay. But we will just see users coming in over here. Okay. Are you seeing Azure AD Connect is not enabled? Synchronization has never happened. Okay. And now, are you seeing other capabilities are identity protection, privileged identity management, identity restrictions, Azure domain services, access reviews. Right. Let me click on identity protection. Okay. Then it's trying to tell that to do this, you need to have a premium trial. Remember, identity protection is a feature of P2. Okay. Basic or free, premium 1 and premium 2. Let me enable this. Okay. So, I am not going with enterprise mobility and security. I am going with this free trial. Okay. It's trying to tell that Azure Active enhances your directory with additional features. This trial includes 100 licenses and 30 days beginning on the activation date. If you wish to upgrade to the paid version, you will need to purchase Active Directory Premium. So even if you forget about it, it is not going to add any bill to it. So I think I'm safe. I click on activate. Okay, good. Now let me refresh. Right. Now if you go into this, I have an Active Directory which has premium plans. Right. So I can do identity protection. I can do something called as privileged identity management. Okay. Right. And I can do tenant restrictions. I can do Azure domain. This is a full blown version. Okay. But today we will not get into any premium P2 features. This is something which we'll discuss. But today our problem is still what? Connecting to Azure AD Connect. Okay. Now come over here. Are you seeing Azure AD Connect? Yeah. So you can go to Azure AD Connect, and then there is something called as download Azure AD Connect. But this I have to do it on a machine where I have domain controller set up. And there is one more thing which is called as federation. Right? If you want to do federation, you have to first tell what is the domain which you want to connect. Once you give the domain, then basically let us assume that I give the same domain. Okay. Then I need to do something to establish trust. Okay. So this is not something which I am going to do. Okay. Right. Let us go and start our machines. Home. Because we need our Windows server from which we will be doing this activity. This machine is running. Good. So MSTSC. Okay. Right. Now over here, I have to install that Azure AD Connect. Okay. And once I install that Azure AD Connect, I'll be able to sync the users and groups, whatever I want, to my Azure Active Directory. So what I'll do is, where was it? In here. Download Azure AD Connect. Okay. If your laptop, okay, 91.2 MB, let us see how much time it takes. It's okay. 91.2 MB, we can afford it. But if it is more than that, use Azure's internet connection. It is much better. Downloads. Copy this. Paste it somewhere over here. This will take forever, I think. పడండి అవును దాంట్లోనే ఫాస్ట్గా వస్తాయి. We have a server manager. I think I need to go to some security setting over here. Manage local server. This one, right? Yeah. Good. Because if you have that, it will be very difficult for you to. Now let me go over here. Cancel this. Open the browser. Okay, if you want, you can install the other browser also. Don't use the recommended settings. Right. Okay. That is done. I'm installing it. Yeah. So from here I have to basically ensure that okay I set up connectivity. Okay, use express settings. Okay, then it is asking what is your Azure, and you have to give any global administrator in your Azure account. So let me do one thing just for the sake of it. Okay, Let me see who are the users which I have. Okay. A new user. Create a user. Let me call him as Qt admin. Okay. Name is admin Qt. Let me create the password. I could have taken earlier user, but it's okay. Take anything that makes sense to you. Okay. He is not part of any groups. Okay. Let us look at roles. What is the role which it is trying to tell? A global administrator. Make him the global administrator. Okay. Block sign in, no. Usage location, no. I am not interested in all of these details. Let me call it as create. What was this user's name? Let me copy this. We need this. This is this user's name. Yeah. And let me click on create. Okay. Now I have this. Let me go over here and give the same user. And before I log in over here, it is always a good idea. Whenever you are working with a new user, don't try it on tools. First, try to log it in by a normal browser. Okay. So, portal.azure.com. For this reason. Because initially when you do it for the first time, it will ask to change the password. Okay, we are all set. Okay, so don't forget to do this activity. If you try to create a user without doing this, if you try to log in from a tool, you might see some errors because initially the user is using the password given by admin. You might get errors, right? So always it is a good idea to use any logins in any of these kind of tools once you have done in the browser, right? So yes. Now what is the domain name here? Qt Azure / oops. Okay. Then he's trying to tell that, okay, Azure AD sign in is this. Okay, do you want to use this on-premise, okay, stuff? Yes. And then click on next. Okay, start synchronization. Yes. That's it. So if this is successfully configured, then there is no need for you to basically do any synchronization. This will sync the users whenever your Active Directory is changed. You can see those changes in your Azure. Okay, whenever this tool is being run. So here what happens is synchronization settings are basically checked or created, saying that, okay, synchronization will happen for every 15 minutes, half an hour. If you don't like that, you can basically change it to whatever number which you want. Yeah. If you have not created a user without global admin, right, this will not be smooth. It will fail. If you have tried to give a user who doesn't have administrative access onto your domain controller, this will fail. Okay. For me, I'm trying to give an access users who has access to everything. Okay. So AD can be done by whom? Global administrator. Because it is not a small decision. It is a very huge decision whenever you want to sync your Active Directory in your office to something else. Yeah. So in my domain, AD connect is basically configured. It will take time. Okay. Now let us see what does Azure AD state. It says the status is enabled. If you remember till now it was trying to tell that it is C. And now if you remember I have opened the trail account. So that's where the AD is not free. It is premium P2. If it is premium P2 I'll get loads of additional stuffs. Right. If I go to Azure AD Connect, it is trying to tell that this is what it is. But let me go to users to see if there is any difference. Okay. So right now it has added something called as on-premises directory synchronization account. Okay. So this account is basically synchronizing your users from one place to other place. Right. But this whole stuff has to be finished. Okay. By the time you see your users, remember we had 3 Star Wars characters which we have added. I think you should be able to see all of them once all of this is finished.
Will you sync online users, Azure AD users to local?
That is if it is premium P2, because there is what do you call in P2 and in P2 you have a plan of whenever you change anything in Azure, it writes back to the stuff. But remember, whenever you change something which has been synced, and if you go to the Azure and if your Azure is not connected to Active Directory, before that you might have created 100 users. Those users will not be synced. Yeah. Well, wait. It takes time. Okay. And I think I said you guys also have the same setup. You can start doing whatever I have done. Okay. You have a Windows server, right? You have an Active Directory. Don't enable that what do you call premium paid one. Paid you can do it tomorrow. Paid features we are using it tomorrow. Today we are using free feature itself, which is AD Connect. Okay. It replicates from on-premise any possibility to happen vice versa. That's the whole point. In a free plan you cannot do that. If you are going with premium P1 and premium P2 you can do it. But remember, it will synchronize only the users that have been synced with Azure. Right? For example, if you go and create an account with the type Windows Active Server AD from there on, you can set it up. But you cannot create a cloud account and then tell that that cloud account will be my Windows AD's user. That is not possible. Right? Yes. It says the configuration is complete. Okay. Active Directory Recycle Bin is not enabled for test. It is strongly recommended, right? So this is the attribute which is used and it exists. Now let me open this AD Connect to see what is present over here. Okay. Are you seeing tasks? You can click on configure. Okay. View current configuration. Okay. I am not worried about current configuration. I am worried about current synchronization options. Okay. Then it's trying to tell that, okay, what is that you want to sync? Do you want to sync an Active Directory type? What is the forest which you want to sync? It has added all of this. Okay. Now, do you want to filter anything or do you have any kinds of OU filtering which you want to basically do? Do you want to enable any optional features? Okay. Are you saying password right back? If you enable this, then what happens in premium P2 plan? If you go to the Azure, and basically if you change the password of the user from there, okay, then it will automatically write back to the Active Directory. Okay, you have to check this one out. Directory extensions, right? So if you select these things, group write back, device write back and all of that stuff, then basically what happens is any changes which you make over here will come back. Write back is changing in Azure and it coming back to, and no write back will work in free plan. In the free plan, no write back works. Free plan always works in this way. You change in a Windows Active Directory, the changes will be updated to Azure. One-way traffic. If you want a two-way traffic, it has to be P1 or P2. Right? So for that reason, if you want to test all of these features, or if you want to know at least all of these features, ensure that you enable the trial version. Okay. I'm not changing anything because at this moment I'm not installed and not interested in doing this. And you can change any of these settings by clicking on that Azure AD Connect option. Okay. I don't want to start the synchronization process. Okay. Let me click on. Okay. I've clicked on configure already. Okay. Did we got all the three? Darth Vader, Luke Skywalker, and Robbie Kenobi. Alright? And let me go to groups. Okay. Dark Side and Jedi group. If you remember, these were the two groups which we have created. Right? Okay. And let me go to the users. Robbie Kenobi. Okay. So, what is this? Robbie @ but ideally it should be Robbie @ qtazure.com, right? Yes. So, for that what you need to do is your Active Directory, right? Okay. Are you seeing company branding? Okay. Here you have to first configure a DNS saying that qtazure.com belongs to you. You have to prove that. Once you prove that, then you can basically do Robbie @ qtazure.com and log in with the same password. But if your domain is not, okay, for example, you have given something, for testing you have given something like my domain is Infosys. But actually Azure will not believe that whether it is Infosys or not until unless you do something with your DNS server. You have to go to your DNS server, register that DNS server, okay, or establish some connectivity between this DNS server, then you will be able to do it, right? For now, okay, our users might have a small change. That change is, it will not be @ qtazure.com. If you remember, in our system it was @ qtazure.com. It will become qtazure.com if you own that domain. If you add some records to that domain. And from there on, you can log in using the same stuff. Are you saying the identity and the type is given as, source is given as Windows Server's Active Directory? Okay. You click on this, you try to tell that this is the whole authority over here. Clear on this? Yes. Okay. So can I bring in users from my Active Directory to here? Yeah. What are the other ways? Federation. But for federation, it is always a good idea to have a custom domain added. So for example, let us assume that hypothetically I am adding it. Okay. qtazure.com. Then it traces that, okay, if you own this domain, you go into DNS server and add this record. If you own this domain, you should be able to do this activity, right? మీ దగ్గర ఈ డొమైన్ ఉంటే ఆ డొమైన్ రికార్డ్ లోకి వెళ్ళి ఎంట్రీ యాడ్ చేయమంటారు. When you add it and then when you verify, then that domain becomes your domain. Till that point, Azure will not believe just because you have said qtazure.com, it is your domain. You have to add this entry into your DNS server, into your name servers. Then it will become your domain. Okay. Right now, for me, it doesn't make sense because I cannot do this. There is nothing called as qtazure.com which I have or which I own. Okay. If I have this, and once the status is verified, I can log in by robbie.kenobi@qtazure.com. For your company, this will be very simple activity because they own the domain. If you work in Infosys, Infosys.com is owned by them. If you work in TCS, TCS.com is owned by them. Adding that one record to their DNS server is a very simple job which they can do. And after they do, it will take at least 2 to 3 years for that sync to happen, and then you can verify only after the stuff. So generally what admins do is, they do this activity in the night, they come in the morning and they click on verify. Because by the time they come in, all the servers might have been synchronized and then you will be able to verify the settings. Clear on this? right? Okay. So now, okay. So let me click on seamless single sign-on. Okay. So right now I don't have anything, but if I have seamless single sign-on, once I basically connect my on-premises application, okay, on-premises domain name to Azure, I can basically tell what are the different applications where I can support this single sign. Okay, what are the cloud accounts where you want cloud applications wherever you want this single sign-on to be enabled. Single sign-on is much like Google. You log in into Gmail, there is no need for you to log in into Google Drive because you have already authenticated to a Google account on your Chrome browser. In the same way, in my laptop, if I am logged in as my Windows user, there should not be any need for me to log in or give username and password for payroll applications which I open, for Outlooks which I open, or for whatever company application which I open. That's the whole concept of single sign-on. Okay, pass-through authentication. So are you saying it is asking you to download something? Okay, let me basically. Okay, so I'll not do this completely. Okay, now pass-through authentication will install this agent. Okay, now what you do is you authenticate yourself in this agent, and that will allow you into the Azure. That will allow you into the Azure. Okay, this is very least used, right? So I'm not even installing this. Yes, I want to cancel this. Clear on this 4 methods now? What are the 4 methods? This is not actually a login kind of a method. This is not login for Azure. This is login for the applications that are running on the Azure. Right? Okay. So fine. Okay. One last thing. Are you seeing this password reset? Yeah. So generally when you click on password reset, you will have only none. Now what I can do is self-service password reset can be selected for which group of users. Okay. Or I can say for all. Are you seeing this? For all. Clear on this? So in this case, what I'm self sign in password request means there is no need for you to make a request to the admin to basically do the password. What are your authentication methods? Okay. Do you want user to go with one method or 2 methods? Right now I'm giving email and mobile phone. Okay. If you want, you can enable security questions also. What are the security questions? Okay. Right. I don't want security questions. Okay. Right. And then register users. Requires the users to register while you are sign in. Yes. Okay. Do you want users to notify on password resets? Notify on all admins. Okay. Let me basically do this. Okay. This is your customize. For example, in your company, they might have a URL where IT team might be speaking about user management. Okay. So you can give your ServiceNow's IP address over here or ServiceNow's URL over here, whatever URL where you have a help desk. But right now we don't have a help desk over here. And are using on-premises integration. Okay. So if you remember, the password write back is not configured. We have not configured it. If you remember the configure settings, I have left it empty. It is trying to tell that once you enable, I can basically integrate with your on-premises directory. Okay. Now what happens? You go to your Azure. Okay. And then once you enable your password write back. How do I enable my password write back? Okay. I'll go over here. Configure. Okay. View current configuration. Next. Okay. So are you seeing these are the current configurations which I have. Okay. And then customize synchronization options. Okay. Next. Enable. Okay. Am I clear on this? Okay. So you can enable Azure AD app and attribute filtering. You can say what directory extensions you want to basically do. You need to have password write back setup. Otherwise, the self-service password doesn't make any stuff. So start the synchronization process. Configure. This has to be enabled, and this works only in premium plans. If you are using free plan, whatever I'm trying to tell you cannot basically make it work. Okay, let it do its job. But by the time, let me come over here. Okay. Fine. And I've selected password reset. Oh. Not this. Okay. Yeah. I got it. I was working with this user in here, right? In Edge, I am still logged in as my with my normal account. Okay. Yeah. Sorry, getting this option now. It was grayed out earlier. Now it is time till that I can write back passwords on to your on-premises Active Directory. Allow users to unlock accounts without resetting the password. This is not a good idea. Okay. Unlocking should not happen without changing the passwords. Now I have all of this. Now let me do one thing. Let me go with the remember users. Okay, I don't remember the for that users what password did I give? I don't remember. Let me try to log in as Luke Skywalker. I can give a reset password over here, but I'll not do that. Let me try to do it. So I'll try to open one more incognito window, and in that I'll be trying to give portal.azure.com. I'll not do that. Let me open in private window. In private window is just so that the cookies are not shared. I can basically use that. Portal.azure.com. Next. Okay. Mostly I might have given this. Yeah. So it is trying to tell that your organization needs more information to keep your account secure. Next. Remember, you have asked for a mobile number and email address. That is what it is trying to do now. Okay. So authentication phone is not set up. Set it up now. So select whatever country which you belong to. Give your phone number over here. Okay. Authentication email is not set up. Okay. Give some email. Okay. So something like qt.devops@gmail.com. Whatever your email that it is. Okay. So it is trying to tell that we have sent an email. You just send from here we know what happens, right? So once you have these two things set up, now there is no need for you to basically go to admin and say that my password is logged, my username is logged and all of that stuff. You can just click on forgot my password and start changing your passwords. Okay. This saves hell lot of admin time. I'm not showing the whole setup, but I think you know the story. From here it looks like just another website. Any another website, wherever you create a login, we get to do this. But this is also a premium plan. Okay. In free, we cannot set it up because there is no password write back. That's the whole point. We can do this for non-Active Directory users, but for Active Directory users, you cannot do this because we don't have password write back options. What is password write back? Pardon me? What is password write back? When we change the password in Azure, the ability of the Azure to go back and write into your Active Directory. Yes? Okay. Right. So am I clear on this? So do we understand AD connect, password write back and all of that stuff? Yes? Right. Okay. Does AD integrated DNS also get synced? No, DNS will not get synced. DNS is altogether a different job. Okay. So DNS doesn't get synced. Can we bring group policy over to Azure from on-premise? Okay. See here, the policies work differently. Understand one thing. This is not a Windows Active Directory running on the cloud. If you want it to behave like your Active Directory, AD connect, and this is not the option. You have to go with Federation services. Once you go into the Federation services, then you have your own Active Directory on the cloud, and then you can basically do it. Here we don't have group policies. We have something called as RBAC policies. So you have to do the stuff in Azure, not really in your Windows administrative. Right. Okay. Fine. Can't we create the login without changing the password? No. Azure will not allow you. Amazon gives you that option. You can change that, but by default it cannot be done. It is very difficult to change that behavior. Okay. Right. Fine. So I'll stop it at that. Okay. I think we have synced the users, and I want you to start syncing now. Ensure whether your users are shown in the domain just like how mine are shown. So if you see, my users are shown and my groups are also shown. I have shown you all of that. Okay. But along with that, Microsoft also syncs some of the groups. AD sync password set. Okay. These are the groups which help Microsoft Azure to sync with your Active Directory. Okay. But these two are something which I have created. DarkSide and Jedi. Okay. And then, okay, we will look into the premium features tomorrow. Right? Federation services and then AD connect. Yeah. Right. Start working. You just sync your users. See what is happening. Done? If you have done it, wonderful. మీకు నాకు లాగే ఏం పని లేదు, వాళ్ళు చేసేసి ఉంటే. Okay, so tomorrow we'll speak about what this identity governance is, what are the premium policies that came into us, what is that we can do with that premium policies and all that stuff. Right? Okay. Did I write any notes today? No. I don't think so I have any notes. Okay. So, but still I'll try to tell. Okay. Fine. We'll worry about other mechanisms and all of that stuff at a later point of time, but right now do this activity. Any doubts on whatever we have discussed today? People on the web or here? So I have my Active Directory up and running, and I have the users synced into Azure, and I said that is what we basically do it for. Okay, right. Yes. Does AD integrated DNS also? I think AD connects to multiple DCs. Right. So in this case, your AD is connected to only one DC. Okay, and that DC should be connected to the other DCs to fetch in the user. That is what AD Connect's basic express settings is, right? So if we want, we can change that behavior, but first do this. Today you are using something called as express settings. Remember that? So while you have installed Azure Active Directory Connect software, you are using something called as express settings. There are some other settings also. We'll worry about it later. How can the sync users create in Azure AD? I didn't got your question. How can sync users created in Azure AD? See, if you want to sync users from Azure to Windows Server, it is not possible. It is only possible for you to synchronize your Windows users. Okay, so Windows users can be created from Azure Active Directory as long as your type is AD. As long as your type is AD. If your type is non-AD, we will not be able to sync it. Alright. Jagdish, class A was a system shutdown. Okay then, you do that activity, and that's what I had for the day. Tomorrow we'll look into the next options, the premium options, and non-express settings of Azure AD Connect. That I'll be giving you some documentation, and I want you to go through that. This is more than enough, but non-express settings we'll be basically looking into. For example, if you want to set up single sign-on, you can do that from AD Connect also. So how do you do that? For that you have to go with the non-express settings, right? So what are the non-express settings will give us? I'll give you a reference to some of the documentations. You can go through that. That is more than enough, right? Okay. Right. So please do this activity. This is important, and you have to write about this activity in your resume. Okay. Roles and responsibilities. Responsible for synchronizing Active Directory users from on-premise to Azure. This has to be written in your resume. Okay. No matter whatever your experience is. Okay. Right. Fine then. Thanks. Azure lo Amazon shutdown this.